Hey everybody, I ran into this video of this time lapse of the Earth from space. This guy does the usual railing on and on about how dumb flat earthers are, and you know the story. But I'm looking at this footage and his channel is called Sky Story. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, that's what we think of your space stuff. It's just a story. It's a good story, a good sci-fi story. But he's showing this footage, so this means this footage was taken from space. So, of course, I think it's fake because we don't live on a spinning ball. I've shown it's impossible on my last rotation videos. So here's a video from space. I want to know, where is it from? Is it from the Himawawi satellite? All the trolls, and I've had a ton of trolls, tell me, where'd this footage come from? At least give something to show that you can prove on your side that you think it's real footage. See, I think it's fake. Well, because like I made the case, we can't live on a spinning ball. So anything you show me that implies or says or shows that we live on a spinning ball, it's not real. But show me that it's real. Give some proof. Ball earthers. Now, I can't go to Sky Story. No flat earther can. He just said, and you'll see, I'll play a little clip of this. He said he's going to ban or delete comments from every flat earther. He's not interested in arguing with children. Yeah. So I can't go over. So if you guys can tell me in the comments, please, where did this come from? Prove this is real footage, at least to your ability, because you might say, well, I can't prove it to you, flat earthers, you'll just deny. Well, give me your proof. And I just want to see what you think, because I think it's fake. Okay? All right, look forward to your comments. I'm going to play this clip and go ahead and enjoy. And again, this is edited. The audio I've edited, and I sped up the video. And I'll leave a link to the original video. You guys can go check it out. It's called Sky Story Channel. And the video is called The Flat Earth Cult, a Disturbing Commitment to Ignorance. All right? And don't forget to like and subscribe. And there's some links in the description if you'd like to help support the channel. Thank you so much. And here we go.
The following video has been brought to you by the Dunning-Kruger Effect Corporation, proud sponsors of the Flat Earth Cult. So I'll start out by saying that this is going to be my last video on the Flat Earth Cult. I would never have addressed the topic at all had they not started appearing on the channel, I guess drawn by the channel's growing popularity. And I wanted to state where I stood on this right off the bat and nip it in the bud. This is not the channel to bring your cult nor attempt to dicker a debate about it. And going forward, any flat earthers that appear will instantly be blocked, period. I'm not interested in arguing with flat earthers for the same reason that I don't argue with children who believe in Santa Claus. Though, at least with children, it's cute. They're children. But when adults hang on to stuff like this, in this day and age, it's just sad. When you think of persons using satellites-enabled global communications technology to argue the Earth is flat, like I said in the past, that takes a very special kind of stupid. And it's just not something I really care to waste time arguing with. I can't be bothered to argue with flat earthers. If their understanding of basic science is so broken, how do you speak to persons like that without years of remedial education? Trying to explain even the most rudimentary science to them is like trying to explain calculus to kindergarteners. Given the degree of ignorance that I saw in the replies by flat earthers, I could certainly see how it is that they think they live in such a magical world. But then I started kindergarten and learned about things like gravity and the fact that air has mass and weight. Like all children, I was ignorant, I received education, and I learned. But persons who hang on to this flat earth cult, this isn't about ignorance. This is a willful choice to deny facts. It is in fact stupidity. Stupidity could be defined as willingly embracing fallacy. Though if we were to be a little bit more technical in defining the flat earth cult, we might say they represent the Dunning-Kruger effect and they're proud of it. So if you're unfamiliar with what the Dunning-Kruger effect is, it's a psychological principle that states that when people receive education, they become aware of how much they don't know. So while they develop expertise, that expertise also leads them to understand how much more there is yet to learn, not just in their fields, but in every other field. They become humble in the face of creation, realizing the limits of their knowledge. On the other hand, persons without knowledge have not had a chance to get a real sense of the limits of their expertise. In other words, they don't know what they don't know, so they fail to understand the limitations of their lack of knowledge. And when we apply this to persons who subscribe to things like the Flat Earth cult, What we see is the Dunning-Kruger effect with gusto. They are appallingly ignorant of science, and that makes them absolutely certain that they understand it. Add in the echo chamber of a cult, and you get the Dunning-Kruger effect magnified. Ignorance with determination. They have literally convinced themselves that their lack of knowledge, their pseudoscience, is an ideal, and they avoid science and knowledge and education. Because in their minds, education, scientific fact, it's all part of some big conspiracy that is hell-bent on teaching them that the world is flat. In essence, the Flat Earth cult demonstrates that when persons choose ignorance, when they actually choose it, they will defend it with an amazing degree of determination and feel very self-righteous in doing so. This is evident in the Flat Earth cult in their blanket denial of any and all evidence that runs contrary to their Flat Earth worldview. I mean, there really is no debating whether or not the world is a globe, not least of which is because there are countless images of the Earth from space, though Flat Earthers will simply write off every single one of those images as CGI, from satellite photos to clips used by meteorologists to portray the weather. And though computers were rudimentary in the 1960s when the astronauts went to the moon, they will not only say that the astronauts' trip was fake, but that imagery was also CGI. And of course, images shot of space by tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of astrophotographers all around the world, that's just CGI. And even when some of their own went to Antarctica during the summer to prove that the sun would set, and it didn't, then they just wrote them off too. Because, you guessed it, CGI. Essentially, as far as flat earthers and spaces fakers are concerned, anything that doesn't fit their narrative, it's all smoke and mirrors and it's going to be dismissed. It is a defense of ignorance, ergo stupidity, but more than that, it is a pushy cult-fueled Dunning-Kruger effect, a declaration of I don't know what I don't know, but I'm proud of it. There really is no point in debating with persons like that. They're not looking to learn, they're looking to prove a point. But I think it is just horrifying that humans can be so vulnerable to ignorance, getting on board with it and defending it at all costs. I know this makes this video kind of dark, and I like my videos to be more upbeat. While flat earthers and their nonsense are not something I give a whole lot of thought to, the growing trend of the world toward ignorance of this kind and others is very concerning to me. It's amazing that we can live in a time when there are almost 200 space launches per year, and anyone can talk instantly with anyone anywhere in the world through satellite-enabled global communications, or point a telescope at the sky and see the substantially large International Space Station or the Chinese Space Station. And yet, here we are, teetering on the dark ages, in a disturbing era when some people choose superstition over opportunities for scientific enlightenment.